Hey everybody, it's Rory from ANS Gear, and we are upstairs looking at the HK Luxe X triggers today. Now, a lot of people love the shape and the feel of the trigger on the HK Luxe X and want to get it for either their standard X or for their other guns. Well, we've got them. We've got all the colors for you, and to let you know, it does fit in the ice as well. So if you have an ice and you want that trigger changed out, we're going to show you how to do that as well. Now, the colors that we have in stock right now are in front of me. By the time you watch this video or within the next couple weeks, we will have some other colors available as well. So we have purple, teal, black, gray, red, and blue, but we will also have pink, we'll have lime, we'll have orange, and we will have silver as well. So all those colors will be available. This is what we have in stock right this second at the time of shooting this video. So let's get right down to it. Let's do an install on the X first, and then we'll do one for the ice. And we'll just show you how simple and quick that is. I'm gonna slide these triggers up a little bit just so I can move this up. Nice thing about the X, quick snap grips. We can just pop the side off real quick, kind of get that out of the way. We can pull our pin out. It allows our trigger to just slide right out the front. And then let's put a teal trigger in this one. So now we can slide our trigger right back up inside there. It does help when you slide your trigger in, if you kind of angle it forward and slide it in this way, don't try to slide it in straight back. It will not go in that way. You want to kind of give it a little bit of an angle, let it go right in there, and then put our pin right back through. And it's that simple. It's so quick to put these in, especially on this one, because that pin just slides out super easy. The ice is almost as easy. It does take a couple more steps, but it is not hard. We're gonna go through the same pattern. The ice on the right-hand side of the grip doesn't have snap grips on it, so we do need to remove the two right-hand side grip screws. The left-hand side, just like the X, does have snap grips, so we can pop those off. So now we'll flip it over. We can pop those off. And the reason why I need to take the opposite side off is they don't use a pin that goes all the way through. They use two set screws which squeeze against the bearings on the trigger and hold it in place. So we need to remove both sides of this set screw so that we can get the trigger out. So we'll remove this side out of here, and we'll flip her over and remove the other one out of there. Then we can just bring this trigger right out the front. This one's probably going to give me a hard time just because it won't want to come out. There we go. Comes right out the front. Now normally you won't see any resistance on that. This one is just getting hung up on something inside of there. Could be how high this set screw is on there, and I don't think I have the right screw to change that. Oh, I do. I'm going to bring that down a little bit. It'll make it easier to get back in when it comes time to replace that. There we go. And then I think a purple one would look fantastic inside here. So I'm going to put that one in. Again, kind of angle it up. And then what you do need to do with this is we need to look through the top and make sure that the bearing hole lines up with the screw. You can see how this set screw just is going to push against the bearing on both sides, and that's what holds it in place. There's nothing that runs all the way through the bearing on this one. So my hole is lined up on there. I'm going to put this back in. And the way I do this for Luxe ices is I go all the way down to where I feel it push against the bearing and push it down. And I just snug it a little bit, but from there, I do about a half turn back. And then I'm going to go to the other side, and I'm going to go down all the way to this one until I feel a little bit of resistance, and I'm going to leave it there. But I'm not going to overdo it. And then I'm going to feel the trigger. I'm going to make sure that the trigger works and moves freely. And then I'm going to look down the top of the gun. So I'm looking right down the top of the gun at the trigger to make sure that the trigger is evenly spaced on both sides. Because depending on how the set screw comes in, if you put the set screw in too far on one side, it's going to push the trigger over, and trigger might bind up against the side of the frame. That's a problem you don't run into on the X because it just has a pin that goes all the way through. So you need to make sure that this is evenly spaced in the middle of the frame and it's not binding up on anything. I think we did an okay job with that one. But you can see the install is simple on this one, simple on this one, and you can get a completely new trigger look, style, and feel in a quick little swap like that. So HK Luxe X triggers in various colors available for the Ice as well as the standard X at ansgear.com.